Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm a little bit emotional. I hope you guys not going to misunderstand me. I give you all this thing and second time I see. To me, it looks like I do this proud, but I did it. Thank you very much from all of you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for all you've done. And sorry all this happened to you. It's a very emotional film to watch I think for all of us. I guess let's start talk a little bit about the film. How did you meet up with Anthony, and how did this film start come into being?
First, again, I want to thank all of you, and then I'm going to start. Anthony, I met with him through my attorney, which is Rene Katawala, the immigration attorney. He's the one who introduced me with them, and this is how we start this documentary.
Okay, great. And I guess, in a film like this, I'm sure there's so much more to tell about your story. Is there anything that was left out that would be interesting for us to know?
To tell you the truth, this is only 90 minutes, and I spent almost a decade with US intelligence agencies, so it's just a little bit. Hopefully, maybe there's going to be more to come, but it's just a little bit of the documentary.
I guess I wonder. One thing I wonder is it seemed like you're in so many frightening situations, and what do you think it is inside of you that allows you to walk through these situations and not get overwhelmed by the fear?
Look, when you have kids, for example, every father would think the way I did it. Of course, I did a mistake, but when you have a family, you forgive the mistakes, you want to do whatever is best for you, so to be with your family. And this is how it's comes sometimes, forgiving things, but you've been through too much, and it's very painful.
So you got strength from thinking about your family?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I'm sure you all have a lot of questions, so let's open it up to the audience. Yes, right.
Hi. Thank you so much for telling your story. I'm curious about your faith. You were dealing with a lot of people who had kind of co-opted the idea of religion to harm people. Were you able to find comfort in your faith?
Through my faith, I'll be very honest, I'm very comfortable. I didn't have no issues. It just, I always think bad people, criminals do bad things. So I distance myself and to show to the people, look, this is not right. It's killing innocent people. In no religions allowed to do that. Regardless of how criminal thinks, it's important what I think. So I'm comfortable with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. You as well.
Are you afraid that ISIS is after you to kill you?
Look, long as I'm here, we have the best intelligence. Of course, it's fear always. Since you saw the documentary, I've been through a lot. I was in military in young age, and I almost got killed. So if I have to die, I'm gonna die. Regardless if it's today or after 20 years, I'm gonna die. But it's an honor for me to did what I did to serve the country. So ISIS are everywhere. Hopefully we're going to fight them back. And we'll win.
Do you have a lot of, it sounds like a stupid question, but do you have a lot of anger? I have a lot of anger too, what you went through.
I don't want to think like that. It's a mistakes, Hopefully one day somebody going to realize and say, I had the patience, so I don't want to blame in the government how much I blame in myself. Because first I always think I did a mistake in my past. But then when the government turned the way they did it, sometimes it's mixed feeling, but I have a beautiful family and I forgive to everybody. Thank you.
With the folks that you worked with in the CIA and the FBI, what was your impression of how they viewed Islam?
With the FBI in the beginning, since they never keep the promise, and after we switched with the CIA, and I thought the CIA is kind of more serious to this kind of sources, because the best intelligence is today to have sources like me. So I always used to think CIA, to me, used to be like a dream. You know, it's Central Intelligence Agency, the strongest agency in the world. So when they promise you something, they will do it. But they failed in that part. But again, I don't want to blame entire agency. If maybe one or two people make a mistake with me, it's not the whole agency like that.
So now that the film is completed, is there any specific audience you want to show this film to?
Oh, we have a producers working in this, and hopefully somebody's going to be interested with the producers, and it's going to be in the public.
And if you can choose like certain people, it can be country or I don't know. If you can choose, will there be any?
You mean to trust, or
To show the film.
well, it's going to be shown to everybody. It's not going to be just one person or group of people.
Yeah, what are your daughters doing now?
Oh, both of my daughters working. One of them did a good college. It's works for the movie industry in Manhattan, New York. And the second is in a school, teacher for young. Pre-K. And I have the third boy. It's born after all this nightmare, so it's here with me.
Did you name him Bill Clinton?
No, I chose Adam. It was my wife's favorite name. But of course, former president was my favorite president.
Go ahead.
So, kind of on a more serious note, what change do you hope this film makes?
Me and my family, we think about this film so to show to the world how is the reality, what's going on, and what the agency, how they did with me. So if something, God forbid, happened after, at least people can know, like when I was almost got killed, I was worried not to, people look me like I'm kind of criminal, and I feel bad, agent was with me, so I tried to protect the agents who was handled with me, CIA, that moment. So I decided, I said, I'd rather die myself than the agent to get killed. But there was a mixed feeling. I said, if I die, people are gonna think I'm a criminal. So I'd rather go upstairs and tell the agents, look, tell my kids, I did for my kids. You know, so after that, if I die, at least my kids know I work for the government and I work for the US to protect Americans to be safe, which is Americans, I include my wife and kids, all of my family. And the one you guys saw in the pictures, today mostly they don't live. My parents passed away, my brother passed away, so like of 9 of the members of my family, 5 of them, they don't live today. So I have left only 4, and I have my wife and 3 kids.
Yeah, go ahead.
As somebody actually has been to the Middle East, back in 2003, what type of mechanism would you use to cope missing your family?
Repeat again the question, please.
How would you factor in being away from your family for so long mentally? What would you do or to keep them in your mind?
Oh, I tell
In your
it,
heart?
I understand you very clearly now. Look, I worship God. So my faith is very strong, and I was hoping always, it's like, this is a test to me. So if I fail here, I'm nothing. So if you have faith in a God, God's not going to leave you behind like that. So I did the best, and I'm here among you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
So I was really fascinated to learn about the Balkan connection, because I myself am Macedonian. And were you ever able to figure out the people that shot at you, like who they were, or what organization they were a part of? Were they just terrorists? Were they Albanian terrorists? Were they from the Middle East?
That's $1 million question. You still didn't find out yet, but we definitely believe it was a terrorist. If it's Albanians or regardless, terrorists are all terrorists. So I don't separate them. If they did what they did, to me, they're all evil.
What do you think about people that have become radicalized? Is there, because you've met a lot of them, obviously, is there a way to help them, or to, because your own faith seems very pure, and being around these people, is there a way to redeem them, or is there something that you understand about their psychology?
Look, mostly in those kind of cases are people in a young age, like the way we have recruited in the military, for example, like myself when I was 20 years old. So fanatics always try to brainwash those kind of people, or sometimes they take advantage in people that have personal life problems. They grow up with the issues. So that's how they take advantage. But if we can work to help them, to not allow how the terrorists take advantage in them, to brainwash them, it will be good, because it's a lot of innocent people. Sometimes they become victims of these fanatic groups. And it's not like one group. We have all kind of, or every religion, we have this kind of group. Look at a couple of days ago in Washington, somebody came out and killed two of the Israelis for nothing, and that person was not even a Muslim. So it's the problem. We cannot just, sometimes people have a personal life problems, and they take that advantage and go kill innocent people, which is, I don't see that to be some solving the problem of himself.
Curious if Renee, your immigration attorney, is working with, only folks who have managed, like yourself, to be able to make it back to the U.S., or is he and his firm also maybe helping, there's of course, when we got out of Afghanistan a few years ago, there were a lot of interpreters, right, who were Afghani interpreters who worked for the U.S. government, but were not able to, they took a long time to try to get their visa, kind of like the S visa that you had, so I'm just curious whether or not Renee is also working with folks like that.
Renee, the way we become to me, it's like a dream man. For my family, God is in the sky, Renee is in the ground. And he doesn't take too much cases like that, the Afghani cases, because his law firm is one of the strongest law firm in the United States. So usually they take high profile cases. It's not like, it's very expensive. So my case was 6 years. So I don't see him taking the cases, because we always are in contact with him, and I don't see him taking all kind of cases like we have Afghanistan cases now recently.
Were you aware of any other spies, or were you just kept completely separate from each other?
Oh no, it's impossible to know the other spies. It's not, even the agency, they don't know everybody who I am. So even that time when I was working, it's strictly just a group of people, they know who's who.
Yes. So, I guess, so what's your life like today? It seems like very calm. You're driving a cab and...
Oh, I changed the job.
Oh, okay, what did you do?
We tried to keep recently secret, because since it came out, I did a podcast in one of the shows, in Ryan's show, and he was a former CIA also, so I was in his podcast for 4 hours, and I did decide to change and keep my job to a secret, because we see it the way I was trained from the CIA, so now I have to be a little careful.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, by all means. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming out here. It's been such a joy to have you here. And again, thanks on behalf of all of us for all you've done, and so happy that you had this positive outcome. You're able to be with your family.
Thank you very much from you guys, from all of you here. So I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys didn't take me a little wrong, because I'm emotional with my past, and my son is here. So I hope you guys forgive me. Thank you very much.